Hello and welcome to DataSunrise functionality demonstration video. In today's video, we will discuss how to configure reporting based on your audited data. Using report generator, you can distill millions of events in order to find out required information. In today's showcase, we will try to extract the data related to privilege manipulations in my Postgres database. For this, let's inspect my audit transactional trails. You can see that there are lots of data, lots of entries. And I want to find all the queries which are related to privileges manipulation and get some hard copy of my findings so that I can share it. For this, let's go to reporting, report gen, and set up new audit task, audit report. Let's choose audit, report type, PDF format. Choose an instance of our interest and click add. Next, let's choose query types of interest. In my case, these are grants and users modify. You can also configure rules to report on if you have a dedicated rule. But now let's see what overall data was captured by DataSunrise. Next, configuring reporting period from which the data will be extracted. I would like to see data for a custom period, and here I can use custom period corresponding option. I would like to see how these queries were executed and who executed them during this entire month from the 1st of September to up to today. Frequency of generation. You can configure this report to be executed on a periodic basis. You can configure it to be run weekly or monthly, but you can also run it in manual way. Finally, export options. You can configure the report to be sent to the recipient who is also interested in this document. You can do this here in Send to Subscribers option. Now let's click Save and generate our report. In the meanwhile, let's inspect another scenario. I would like to examine who touched my business objects. For this, I can group them together into so-called object groups. And then I can treat them in my reporting documents. I have pre-created the object group, and now I'm going to add the corresponding options and objects. I know that my data is stored here in test in public schema, so I'm going to extract all the data. I've chosen all the objects from my public schema. Let's click Save. Let's go to report generator, and I can create new report. Let's choose audit report, since we will be using data which was captured by the audit rules. Choose the report format PDF, and now we will choose both instance and our pre-configured app business objects object group. Now I will be able to see all the data related to my business objects I have chosen and edited in configuration object groups. Next, I want to configure the period of a report. So let's see how my data was accessed from the beginning of this day. Okay, let's leave everything as default, save, and run. Okay, let's inspect both reports. I can see that my report prevs report is also ready. So let's download the last document and see what we got here. So we got several pages of report related to all the queries which accessed our business objects. Let's inspect the second report related to report privileges. Let's download it and inspect. So here I can see all the queries which were executed in my report during my reporting period. You can see the query itself and alter instance user. And here we can see our super user option. If I want to narrow my results to the particular users, we can use data filter. So let's modify our report prefs and see who from developer accounts, which are prefixed as dev, were using these queries. So we will be using data filter. You can find data filter values in user guide. So let's look up the parameter which is in charge of the username. It is session username. Let's edit our task. And here you can use the same query syntax. Let's start our report generation process and see how our data is filtered now. Let's download the resulting document. And here we can see all the queries which were issued by the database user who has dev according to our data filter values. This is how you can configure your report generator tasks in order to distill millions of events which DataSunrise can capture during its operation period.